Dylan Turner. I just had a cool game concept I've been working on these last 2 days. Well, yesterday and today. Um, just trying to get something, working. I wanted to see what kind of what you guys thought of it. So this is called Prison Break, and it's supposed to be kind of a take on the old Atari Adventure or those classic adventure games in that style. But with a little bit different combat, the way in item use, there's you'll see. So, um, and let me start. So I can move around. I'm using a Xbox One controller. So I'm using just the regular analog stick, and you press A to pick up things. You press A to drop them, and pick up a new thing and drop it. It's got that classic style of scrolling where it's not actually scrolling, walking rooms. But the difference is here, you can tell that everything is connected together, and I kind of like that. It's kind of new, but at the same time old. So there, obviously, I only have these two weapons, these two items. There's also going to be a key, which is how you'll open this door right here. This thing will just either go up or down. I haven't decided yet. And, of course, you can only carry one item at a time, right? So you can carry your spear, you can carry a sword, or you can carry a key. So you gotta know what you want when you go to do it. You'll have to do backtracking stuff. So kind of makes it a little bit of a puzzle with what to add and stuff like that. So so let me show you how you use these things. You don't just walk up and hit things. That's not how a sword works. You don't just walk up with a sword and tap somebody on the shoulder and they die, right? You got to swing the sword. You got to put something behind it. So what you do is you have your one hand going with the left analog stick, and that's how you move. And of course, A picks things up. And then the only other control is that you use the right analog stick to do item movements. So for the sword, you spin it around and you swing your sword, right? So if I do it that way, it goes that way. If I do it one way, the other way, it goes the other way. So you can pick that up. The spear, you don't swing a spear really. You jab with the spear, or you might throw a spear too. But so you jab with the spear, right? So you jab the stick up a couple times, and that makes you jab the spear. Right? So I'm imagining maybe like a turtle shelled enemy, and the only way to hit it is to slash its shell open, right? So you cut it in half. So what do? You walk him near, and you have to slash, right? So you have to slash it. And I'm imagining with the spear, maybe a boss, and its weak point is like an eye or something. So you walk up to it and you jab it in the eye, you jab it in the orb, you jab it in a crevice, something that is not, you wouldn't be able to swing with this and hit effectively, right? So you can leave items in other rooms. They don't like respawn or anything. It's all one map, so you can leave it there and say, oh, I need the spear now, so let me get the spear. And then you fight whatever enemies. And so you leave again, you're like, oh shoot, no, I need the sword. Right? And then you go get the sword and you can fight the enemies, right? And then you're like, alright, I got a key, let me get the key, which I haven't made yet, obviously. Get the key, open the door, and let's say you go down into that room and now you need the spear. So you gotta go back and get the spear and rinse and repeat. There's all sorts of little puzzles and things I can do, different dungeon crawler elements. So I think the next thing I'd do is make the key and then make some enemies to fight, and that's kind of, I guess, the overarching engine. But right now this is all I have, and I just wanted to kind of put it out there and get maybe some feedback on it, what ideas I can have, things to do differently, what works, what doesn't work. So I'll leave it at that. So just a recap: classic dungeon adventure game, but done with more modern ideas of how games work and things like that, and but still very simple. So you move with a stick, you attack with the other stick, and you pick things up with a button, right? So, and you do gestures to basically decide how to use the item, right? So maybe the key, I already used circle, but you do something like, I don't know. I'll figure it out, obviously. But yeah, so pretty simple. You do different gestures to use the items, and you walk around. I mean, that's it. So I think this could be something fun. But let me know what you think. That's why I'm putting it out there. So yeah, that's everything.